Hey guys, I'm excited to be doing this crate garden here with my kids, and I can't wait to show you. It's so quick, it's so easy. Y'all have to try this. All you need is dirt, you need a crate, and you're gonna need like some nails, a little plastic. You can use like a tarp, or you can use like an old plastic. You can use plastic from bags. And the only other thing I think you're gonna need is, if you have a pest problem like me, you're gonna need some chicken wire or some wire to cover your crops, because back here, y'all, these squirrels ain't playing. They will eat everything. That's it. So if y'all ready, let's go. Let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, so this is extra, but if you want to do this step, go ahead and go to Lowe's, because you see how I have this wood outside of my crate. I added that so that way I have more space to add vegetables. So if you want to do this step, keep watching. If not, skip to this number right here and it'll actually show you how to get started with making your garden. I don't know what made me want to give this a border, but I went shopping at Lowe's and I saw this wood for $17 and I was like, no ma'am. I went down another aisle and I saw this very thin wood for $7. So I ended up getting 4 of those, and the wood actually is longer than my crate, which I love, and y'all see how that will come into play. So what I ended up doing was taking hammer and nails, and I basically just nailed on this very thin wood. And it was not hard, as you guys can see. There you go. I nailed, and I just I nailed it in half the way, and I bent the nails like y'all can see here, because I'm going to use that part to hold down my chicken wire. So I just nailed it in half the way, and then I took the rest of the nail and bent it upward just like this. Yeah, so this part was very easy to do. Once I put the 3 sides on, it was super easy. The 4th side was a little tricky though, because the wood is so thin you can't just nail it to each other. So I had to use a makeshift brace. Now, if you can buy a brace from the store, that would work better. But for this part, you're going to need some wood glue. And I had some leftover wood glue, but I think this wood glue worked a little bit better. So I'm going to use the wood glue to hold the pieces together like this. And then once I get it good, I'm going to put my brace on there. So don't judge me, my creativity was spinning. So I used these small picture hangers. This is my brace. I took it and I bent it in half like this. And that is what I used to keep my 4th side on. Y'all, the creativity. Y'all not gonna get creativity from nobody else but me on this internet streets, okay? I'm just gonna tell you that. All right, so that's what I did. I put 2 on each side, so I had a total of 4, and it comes with the nails, and I didn't care how it looked because it's going outside. I just wanted it to stay, all right? And once I finished putting my little braces on and nailed everything down, it looked like this. So now it is ready for the plastic. Now we're going to put plastic under this because I don't want the grass to grow through my garden. That is annoying, and who has time to pick out weeds, especially you don't have time on a crate. So we're going to put it right here next to the house. I think this is a good area for sun. If it's not, it is what it is. I can move it. That's the good thing. I can move this. So this is not stationary. But I like the way it turned out. So now that you found your nice and sunny area that you want to start your garden, go ahead and lay your plastic all the way out. Then put your crate on top of your plastic just like this. And then you're going to attach it with nails, and I ended up using a stapler. My wood is so thin, I ended up using a stapler, and it worked out just fine. I would have preferred using a staple gun, but I couldn't find mine. But this stapler worked out just fine. Look, y'all, I am stapling my plastic to the wood so that, you know, the plastic doesn't move. And I mean, this step is very necessary if you want to keep weeds out of your garden. So I went all the way around with the stapler and it worked out fine. And that's the final look. Oh, something else you want to do with your kids. You want to make sure that they are heavily involved. So I made sure my kids did the planting, they did the watering, and they also helped me fill in the dirt, as y'all can see. So after they put all the dirt in, I made them get some gloves, or they can use their hands, but I had them break the chunks of dirt because the dirt that I bought was very chunky. So they had fun breaking up the dirt. And to kind of clean up, I took a little broom and I just swept off the planks so that the dirt, could be into the sections, just like this. Very neat. This is the kind of the level you want your dirt to. You don't want it too low, but you don't want it too high as well. So I thought this was a good height, to start our garden. I could be wrong. This is my first time doing this, but hey.
And while we're planting our garden, we gotta wait for it to grow.
You just want to make sure that the dirt is kind of up high, so when, because what'll happen is if the sun is, trying to, do its thing, it's gonna block some of the, if we put it, like, say, if we put it in this like this, you need to make sure the dirt is, like, high enough. So we'll add more dirt to this one in a second. More dirt to this one.
More dirt to that one?
Yeah, just to make it a little higher. I'll add a little bit more dirt. And then we'll put our watermelons, we're going to put those here. Because we the biggest section.
Can we make some holes?
So optional but necessary, these little signs came in handy from Lowe's so that I know what I planted. So y'all should pick some up or find a way to label your sections. So now this is the chicken wire that I use from Lowe's to go over my garden to keep those pesky squirrels and all those other animals out of my garden. The 48 inches is what I love because it's the same width as the crate. I use this wire cutter to cut my wire, and that's all you need. So, and then I also have these, these landscape pins. I use those to keep the wire down. So I'm going to show you guys how I put that over my garden. So now that you got everything covered, go ahead and use those landscape pins to hold it down. All right, so the pins work well for the front and the back, but the sides, you see how I don't have enough room to add the pins. So what I'm gonna do is I have some wire that came from this chicken wire. I'm gonna show y'all in a second how I took that wire and tied it to the pin to help secure the sides. Even though you probably don't need this step unless you got some real ruthless animals that's gonna try to tear up your garden. You probably could just get away with this, but this is that wire. Like I said, there's wire that comes around the chicken wire to keep it secure. I just cut that wire and I'm just using it like so, and I'm just gonna wrap it around, and then I'm gonna stick that pin in the ground to just hold it down. I probably didn't even need to do all this, but guys, I'm trying to get some crops this year. I'm tired of these squirrels digging up all my seeds, so that is what I did. Now the last step I forgot to do is I had to put something in there to give it some height so that, it's not flush to the crate. But I'm gonna get a stick and I'm gonna put a nail to it, and then that way it'll have like a dome look, and I'll just take the stick and put it in the middle of my crate to kind of hold the wire over it. But as y'all can see, I have plenty of wire left off. Look at that whole roll on the left. Y'all see all of that? That is chicken wire. I have chicken wire for the rest of my life. So I could cut that off and be good, but I'm gonna just leave it. Y'all can find crates anywhere. I found my crate on the side of the road. I was like, seriously, I was driving home one day and I saw a crate on the side of the road, and I said, you know what? This is gonna come in handy. And so I put it in my back of my car, and now a year later, I'm finally using it. Yeah. Now, if you like this video and this has brought value to your life, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button. to show me that y'all appreciate this video. And also hit the subscribe button, because you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna keep y'all updated on how the progress of the garden is. So I will show you guys the crops we grow, how they grow, how we pick them. So hit the subscribe button so y'all are notified every time I post another video. I can't wait to see what y'all do. If y'all do make these gardens, y'all know y'all can go to my Instagram and y'all can take pictures and tag me. And then that way I can see how your garden turns out. Well, thanks so much for watching this video all the way into the end, and I will see you in my next video.
Yes.
Mommy spray painted them gold.
What?
Yeah, it's the only color I had actually. But it's gonna do today.
Gold, gold,
I
gold.
like it. It's all dry. Gold cheers.
I want